What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. Monetization in Call of Duty has gotten a little out of hand. I feel like it's getting a little out of control. Now, originally, when they decided to do away with loot boxes and do away with map packs, it was seen as a net positive for the community. I mean, we get rid of gambling for kids and map packs that segmented the player base, and now all we have to do is choose to buy an optional battle pass or optional bundles, and we get all this content for free. Seemed like a really, really good trade-off. But what seemed to be a really good trade-off at the time has turned into over-monetization through not only battle passes, but premium battle passes, premium event battle passes that are just lazily implemented into the game. And then, of course, those $20 to $30 bundles that we've had ever since MW 2019. But it's not even the fact that you have all these avenues to monetize the game. It's the fact that you have all these avenues to monetize the game, and the things that you purchase might just disappear one day. Everything that you bought pre-MW2, so from Modern Warfare 2019 to Call of Duty Vanguard, is only usable in those games now. And Call of Duty is the only game that has all of these avenues to monetize that does that. I mean, look at Apex Legends, look at Fortnite. There are skins that you earned or purchased back in 2019, 2020 that are still available to you today. That's not the case with Call of Duty. And I mean, even last year, if you purchased a skin in MW2 or MW3, you can't use it in Black Ops 6's multiplayer. You can use it in Warzone, sure, but for how much longer? How long until they hide all those cosmetics behind something else and create Warzone 3, where now you have to purchase all of your skins again? It seems incredibly predatory, incredibly greedy, because essentially you're just starting everybody back at zero, and no other game does this. And in addition to all this, in addition to all those avenues to monetize, they're still charging $70 every single fall for a brand new game. No other game does this either. Apex Legends, been the same Apex ever since they first introduced themselves. Sure, they've added game modes, they've added experiences over that time, but it's still the same game. Same with Fortnite. They've added elements to it through all of this time, but they've never asked for a dime up front. You could be playing Fortnite for the last 7-8 years for free. You can't do that with Call of Duty. Of course, people are going to argue, oh, I can go play Warzone for free. And yeah, you can. But there are a lot of players that still play the mainline Call of Duty games, like myself. Like, I'm not a Warzone guy. I'm a Call of Duty guy. I like playing the multiplayer. I like the campaign. I like the zombies. I still think it's a valuable $70 experience, don't get me wrong. But when you have all of this additional monetization, my expectations go a little bit higher. And they just fail to meet those expectations. And in addition to all of this, when you have all of this monetization, there doesn't feel like there is enough rewards within the game. There's a reason why the camo grind in Call of Duty has become so popularized over the last few years. Because it's the only tangible reward you can earn by actually playing the game. Everything else is locked behind a paywall. Oh, you want that cool skin that you think is awesome? You can't get it. You have to pay $20 for it. And I don't think that's fair to the player base. Because even during the loot crate era, during all those supply drops that were in the game, you could earn all of that content. You didn't have to pay a dime for it. You could just earn it by playing the game. Sure, it was a little arbitrary. Sure, it took a lot of time, and maybe that was what Call of Duty was preying on, but you could earn it all. All of this other content that's been injected into the game ever since can only be unlocked by opening your wallet. And to me, I think that's missing the point entirely. Especially for a company that strives to maintain player retention. I think that you're pushing more players away by not giving them tangible rewards to work towards. The only game mode that has any type of tangible reward is rank play. And rank play right now is so littered with cheaters that there's no point playing it. Now, hopefully they get their act together on that front to make it a little bit more worthwhile, but it's not the case right now. So realistically, what is there to earn now in Call of Duty? The camo grind for zombies and for multiplayer? Wow, that seems like a super fun time. I mean, yeah, people have fun doing it, don't get me wrong, they always have, but like, it's not for everybody. I wish there were real rewards to work towards. I wish some challenges were a little bit more rewarding, but that's not the case. They want to give instant gratification instead of delayed gratification because for whatever reason, they feel that that instant gratification is going to do a lot more for this player base than delaying it. And guess what having a good camo grind does for your game? It increases player retention, which is exactly what they're going after. So I don't know why they don't implement more of those tactics into their game to make it more rewarding so players play longer. And guess what? When players play longer, they're more inclined to spend more money. And that's exactly what Call of Duty wants. That's why they have all these avenues to monetize the game, is so that they can try to extract as much money from you as possible. And I don't think it's a bad thing. I do not think it's a bad thing. But when you have a game that has fundamental flaws, like Call of Duty does, and on top of it, you have such an unrewarding gameplay cycle, it makes the game overall feel like it's just a greedy cash grab instead of something that you want to repeatedly play over and over and over again. And don't get me started with the lack of social features as well. It does not help the game overall. So I'm not sitting here saying, hey, I want to eliminate all these avenues to monetize the game. I've said for a very long time, all of the bundles, all the tie-ins, all the premium battle passes and whatnot would sit a lot better with me if we had a lot more access to everything, but if the game was more rewarding overall. I'd be far more inclined to open my wallet and explore the avenues of monetization if the game was more enjoyable, if the game wanted me to play it. But there's so many reasons for me not to play Call of Duty now, I've deleted it completely off of my computer. And that's not what I want to happen. I don't want to not like Call of Duty. I don't want to be in this situation where I feel like the game is being overly greedy. But I mean, it doesn't take much to see how greedy they truly are. Look at the way they handle double XP tokens in the game. They are counted down in real time. So they know the second you pop that double XP token, they have you for the duration of that token. So they can manipulate the game however they want, or in my case, crash the game, and hey, that double XP token is now burned, but they have you for that duration. And that's what they care about. That's why all of the free bundles now aren't actual bundles. It's just double XP tokens, because they know that double XP token is going to be used and you're going to be retained for the duration of that time, whether it's 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour, they're going to do that. And in addition to that, when you open those free bundles, they want you to become addicted to the unlocking aspects of buying a bundle, because it'll say bundle purchased and it'll have all these crazy graphics on the screen, and they think that that will entice you to buy more bundles, because that's what they're in the business of, is they're selling you microtransactions at every turn instead of trying to create a rewarding and worthwhile gameplay experience. And that's what's missing right now from Call of Duty. They've found a way to monetize the game. Trust me, they have. But they've gone a little too far, and they've forgotten the fact that they need to create a good gameplay experience to go along with all of this monetization. And a lot of their sins could be excused if they just made the gameplay a lot more rewarding. Like, I could understand them locking the cosmetics behind a certain game if the next game had more rewards. I mean, one of the things that I got excited about were the prestige rewards here in Black Ops 6. But I'm not going to play the game long enough to earn them because, one, they're not rewarding enough for me to grind through the god-awful experience that the game is presenting itself. But also, there's just other stuff out there that's far better, but locked behind a paywall. And I don't think that's fair to the player base. But those are my thoughts on this. I wanted to approach this from a different avenue than just like yelling and screaming about new cosmetics coming into the game, because it seems everybody wants to have a referendum every single time a goofy cosmetic comes in the game, instead of realizing that, hey, we could have both. And that's what I'd rather see. You could have rewarding rewards, and you could also have these goofy, crazy skins that people will fall over themselves to buy. And I think both are okay and both can coexist. But right now we're getting far more of one than we are of the other. And it'd be nice to see a little bit more of the other. So that's it for this video today. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it down below in that comment section. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.